Greystone Taxes. We read the tax code so you don't have to.
Have you ever stopped to wonder when we started to pay income tax in Canada and why? I mean, was there always a CRA lurking in the shadows just waiting to take a slice of your paycheck? Nope. In fact, before 1917, Canadians didn't pay a single dime in personal income tax. So, what changed? And why does it feel like we've been paying ever since? Canada in 1917 was a very different place, and not just because all of the photos were black and white. The population was just over 8 million. Women couldn't get the federal vote until 1918, and Robert Borden, he was running the show. Canada was also knee-deep in World War I. Battles like Vimy Ridge and Passchendaele were turning farmland into wasteland, and young men into soldiers. By then, volunteer enlistment was drying up, and the casualties were stacking higher than the national debt. That's when Borden introduced the Military Service Act. Conscription became law. Canada had been funding the war with excise taxes, war bonds, and loans from the US, which up until then had stayed neutral. So in 1917, to fuel the war machine, Canada introduced something brand new, the Income War Tax Act. So on August 15th, 1917, Prime Minister Borden stood up in Parliament and introduced the Income War Tax Act. It was pitched as a temporary measure, just a patriotic way for Canadians to help fund the war effort. But here's the thing. The government never actually promised it was temporary. What the finance minister did say was, "This is a war measure and shall be reviewed thereafter," which is basically political code for "we'll talk about it later." They talked about it, but they never got rid of it. In fact, the only thing that disappeared was the illusion of it going away. So while filing may not be fun and getting a refund might seem like a tiny miracle, that money does go somewhere. In theory, it's supposed to be working for all of us. But that's for another video. So now you know. Taxes weren't always a thing, but once they showed up, they never left. If you enjoyed the history lesson or just feel slightly more informed than your uncle at Thanksgiving, hit like, subscribe, and check out greystonetaxes.ca. We read the tax code so you don't have to. Oh, and remember, the CRA may not accept excuses, but they do accept e-transfers.